Well, howdy, folks. I'm Jay from JSK Lawncare. In this here video, I'm cleaning up a yard that's been sorely neglected this past summer. He ain't mowed it in a few months. He also ain't trimmed nothing for about a year or so. Well, I ain't got a whole lot to say about this job, other than it took me about 3 hours. It was really hot, and I got poison oak. I hadn't had poison oak in 20 years. Normally, I would have went to the doctor and got me a steroid shot. But, per usual, I underpriced this job, and I just couldn't see myself paying half my wages to go get myself a steroid shot. So I just suffered on through it. Well, like I said, I don't got a whole lot to say about this video. So I'ma just tell a joke. This is probably one of my favorite clean jokes of all time. So I hope it makes you laugh and hopefully you don't get offended. So there's these 3 boys. One's named Little Johnny, and then you got Little Billy, and then you got David. And all 3 of these boys are in the 6th grade. And by God, they should be in 8th grade by now. But they're not. They've been held back a couple of years because they're just not that bright, and their behavior is horrible. They give the teacher all kinds of problems. They beat up on the little kids, and they don't really fit their desks no more neither. Well, these 3 boys, they go to a parochial school. I think that's how you say it. Kind of like a religious Christian school, whatnot. Anyways, this teacher goes to the headmaster and says, I gotta get rid of these boys out of my class. I just can't deal with them no more. They gotta go. He says, well, why don't you ask them a question that you think they ought to be able to get? And if they answer that question correctly, well, you just go ahead and move them on to 7th grade. So the teacher thought about it a little bit and said, alright. So she goes up to David and says, David, you know what the meaning of Easter is? He goes, well, yeah, I think so. And at that time when them kids, they dress up in costumes and they go door to door and they knock on the door and they say trick or treat, and if they don't get what they like, they gonna come back later and egg the house, right? She said, no, you flunk. So she goes up to Little Billy and says, Little Billy, you know what the meaning of Easter is? He goes, well, yeah. That's that time of year where that fat man, he come down the chimney. And if you're good, you get stuff, and if you don't, you get a lump of coal. She shakes her head and says, no, Little Billy, you flunk. Then she goes up to Little Johnny. Well, he's the worst one for sure, by far. And she says, Little Johnny, you know what the meaning of Easter is? Oh, he said, yeah, I know what the meaning of Easter is. He goes, there's this good man. His name was Jesus. Teacher gets all excited. Says, yeah, Johnny, come on, tell me more. And he did a lot of good stuff for folks. And he healed folks, and he did miracles. And the king, where he lived, he was threatened by him. And he didn't like him. And so they were going to put a stop to him, so they crucified him on the cross. And he died. And they took his body down from the cross, and they took him over to a tomb, and they put him in that tomb. And they shut the doors, put a big old rock in front of it. Well, by gosh, 3 days later, he came out, saw a shadow, went back in for 6 more weeks. If you like my content, please give me a like and subscribe. I do free work for those in need, and your support helps me continue with that kind of work. I'd love to just run around and solely do free work for people that needed it. Alrighty then, let's just get on into it.